So this next lesson 7, we're going to split into 2 parts because you have to understand what the decimal is doing. I always say when you're multiplying with decimals, decimals dance a little bit. And if you already understand multiplying with decimals, you know I'm right. They do something in the problem and then they do something else in the answer. So we have to understand why they move and where they're going in order to understand what's happening, okay? Yesterday we talked a lot about them shifting to the left, right? They shifted to the left yesterday. Today they're going to shift to the right because we're going to be multiplying by 1/10 and by 100th. It's going to be like, some of you are going to be very confused at the beginning, and I'm okay with that. Because remember, being confused is the first step to understanding. An example, and I'm not going to do much explanation. We're just going to kind of do it together, okay? Leon earns $213 a month. The money is shown here. He will save some of it every month. So he was going to save a piece of this $213 every month. Do you see that there's 2 $100 bills, 1 10, and 3 ones? You good with that so far? Okay. So he wants to know, answer the questions about the different saving plans. So what is he, if he saves 1/10 of his earnings, how much will he save each month? So if he takes 1/10 of $213 every month, what will he have? What will he save each month? So what is 1/10 of 213? Well, you move the decimal over 1, right? So 213, remember the decimal's here? Have you seen that? So how much will he save each month if he saves 1/10 of $213? $21.30. Okay, you're starting to say it. You're starting to see it. What happens to each bill? So the $3 bills became 3 dimes. So what is a dime of a dollar? 1/10. 1/10. 1/10, right? What is $1 out of a $10 bill? 1/10, right? What is $10 out of 100? 1/10, 1/10. So what happens to the value of each bill? These are our original bills. Here's what happened when we took a 1/10 of it, because that's what this is, 1/10, right? So each bill became 1/10 as much. So there's 3 things here, there's still 3 things here. There's 1 thing here, there's still only 1 thing here. There were 2 bills here, there's still 2 bills here, they're just 1/10 smaller. Do you see that? What happens to the value of each digit? So each digit, we still have 2, 1, 3, right? Here's 2, 1, 3. What happened to each digit? Turn and tell me. If you said with your partner that the value of each different digit became 1/10 as much, right? If each dollar amount became 1/10 as much, each digit became 1/10 of as much. That's really hard to say. When you multiply by 1/10, that's what this is right here. Does each digit shift to the right or shift to the left? Think about it. The digits moved to the right. Here's the decimal point before you multiplied by 1/10. Here's a decimal point after you multiplied by a tenth. If you're not writing any of this down in your notebook, you're making a very bad mistake. Change it. If you're writing this into your student book, super. Just make sure you transpose it over to your notebook at some point. You need to. Or staple it into your notebook. So, how many places does each digit shift when you're multiplying by 1/10? How many places? Show me on your finger. I'm seeing. You're right. We're going to do another example just to make sure we understand what we just did. Oh, actually, we're going to now, we did 213, we did 1/10 of it. So if he were to save 1/10 of his $213 a month, each month he would save $21.30. That's what we just figured out. Now we're going to figure out what would happen if he saved 1/100th of it. So if he took 1 penny out of each one of those $213 every month, how much would he save? Not very much. Let's find out. We have, what if he saves 1/100th of his savings? How much will he save each month? So here's what he earned, $213, right? If he were to take 1/100th of that, how much would it be? So just like we saw before, the numbers did what? Shifted to the right. But now they shifted to the right. Here's my 213. It shifted to the right how many times? 1, 2. You're moving the numbers over, right? Because now it's 0, 1. So what happened to each bill? This is 1 dime, and in the original one, what did we have? We had a dollar bill, right? Was it a dollar bill? These were the dollar bills. Oh, it was a $10 bill, right? So what would 1 dime out of a dollar bill be? Say it loud. 100th. A dime is 100th of a $10 bill, right? Then here on the other page, we had $200 bills, right? What had they been changed into? To $1 bills. So $1 bill is how much of 100? 1/100th. 1/100th. So what happens to the value of each bill? It's 1/100th as much. Okay. What happens to the value of each digit? It's 100th as much. Are you seeing the patterns? When you multiply by 100th, does each digit shift to the right? Right? Or to the left? Right. And this time, how many places does each digit shift? 2. Representing 1, 2. Are you following? So we have Maria earns $324 a month. Okay? She will save some of her money every month. 3 students, these 3 students right here, 1, 2, and 3, are going to show us how the digits shift at the board. So suppose Maria saves 1/10 of $324 every month. So that would be $324. This is zeros here, by the way, if that helps you. Times 1/10 equals 3240. So 324 shifts how many places? 1 place to the right. It becomes 1/10 as much. I'm going to pause right. Suppose Maria saves 1/100th of her $324 every month. First of all, I want you to think of something. What's 1/100th of 300? Tell me in dollar bills. If I had $100, what would 100th be? One what? $1, right? So Maria has $324. What would 100th be? $3 and something, right? 24 cents. Are you seeing what you did there? So the technical thing that you did is 324 shifts 2 places when you do 100ths to the right. It becomes 100th as much. I think you're getting it. I think you're getting it. But what I'm going to do with you is I'll do 14, 15, 16. How about I do 14, 15, 16, and 17 with you? And then on your own, you're going to do 18 through 25. You can do it with a partner, but that's going to be our practice today on our own. All right? So if I do 24 times 1, oh, come on. 24, right? Okay, 24 times 1/10. What is it going to be? 2.4. I move my numbers to the right, because where's my decimal here? It's invisible, right? Okay, what's 24 times 100th? Good job, guys. Okay, let's do number 15. 689 times 1 is? 689. You guys are so good. You're so smart. 689 times 1/10. 68.9. No, read it right. 68 and 9/10. Thank you. 68 and 9/10. 689 times 100th. 689 See what I mean? Yep. When you read it correctly, then you know you're correct, right? Okay, 42. Here's a hard one. 42 times 100th. 42 hundredths. It's not as hard as you guys are trying to make it to be. 339 times 100th. 3 and 39 hundredths. So for this first part, the big thing is if you're multiplying by a 10th, your numbers are shifting to the right 1 place. If you're multiplying by 100th, your numbers are shifting 2 places. Okay? You have 6 problems here that I want you to attack on your own or with a partner. I'm going to give you about 15 minutes and then we will check our answers. Deal? Deal. Hit it. Okay,